Hello, my loves. This is Heidi Hancock with Double Magenta Intuitive Energy Healing. I want to talk a little bit today about the difference between Western medicine and I'm specifically, trained in energy healing, so that's my focus, but alternative healing, alternative medicine all the way around. So I get this question a lot. I feel like people are curious about what is energy healing, what does it do, why bother with it, all of those things. And I have a lot of answers, but I will try to focus them here to make sense of it for you. So the way I see it is Western medicine, and I don't even want to say Eastern medicine because, Eastern medicine incorporates a lot of alternative medicine, but energy healing specifically, I feel like there's an energy or an element of it in so many different traditions. And so I feel like it's kind of its own thing in some ways. It's just kind of the work of the spirit realm. So Western medicine holds the place of the container, right? It's looking at the physical body, and energy healing or alternative medicine is looking at the energy system. So it's the seen and the unseen. It's like the masculine and the feminine, the yang and the yin. And when we look at and we look through and we use only one of those tools, we are missing half of the information. And, it makes me absolutely crazy. I'm grateful when I have clients that come to me because they have been working primarily in the Western medical field and they aren't getting answers. That's not uncommon, where I have people that come to me from, they've done all the doctor stuff and they can't get to the bottom of it. And so they come looking to me for an alternate. So that's not uncommon, but it drives me crazy. So I'm grateful when those people find me, but it makes me so upset, like deeply in the way that we do things in the world, when people look at Western medicine as the only option, because it really is looking at only half the picture. And I think Western medicine is great for trauma, for, accidents, maybe cancer, although I would totally want to look at the energy behind the cancer thing, if that was what was going on with me for certain. So there are some things, but one of my teachers shared it in this way, and I thought it was so profound, it makes perfect sense. So when you go to a doctor, it's like you're taking a car to the mechanic and they're looking at the car and they're looking at the physicality of it and they're changing the oil and they're doing, all of that, whatever, with the physical. But they aren't looking at the fact that a spirit is driving the car. And so if you don't look at that, then it's like, of course, there is a spiritual, mental, emotional side to all illness. It just is, and in pranic healing, they teach that the physical body maps to the energetic body. So however the physical, the health of the energetic body, the physical body will map to that. And that's why when you heal in the energy realm, the physical body heals and adjusts and shifts. Would I do energy healing if I was in a car accident? Not solely. I would want to go to a doctor and I would want, whatever tools were available to me there for that level of trauma. Western medicine is wonderful for wounds on the battlefield, for things like that, for car accidents, for, physical trauma. But when you're talking about long-term systemic change, when you're talking about long-term health, when you're talking about day-to-day health and wellness, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, with your heart on board as, self-determined, all of that, like you want to be looking at all of it. So I share this video because I feel like people ask me about this energy thing a lot. And, you know, what is it? And I know the other thing I will say, there are a lot of people, even people that have come to me that have said, I'm really afraid. Like, I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to come up, because it is a participatory thing. You know, when I'm doing a session with someone, there's dialogue going back and forth. I'm seeing stuff, I'm asking them questions about it, and then what I get from that helps me move further and I can see more. A lot of times past loved ones come in and they have information. Sometimes people will come because they think they're here for, you know, their arm hurts, but actually their grandmother wants to talk to them, you know, and all of it can be addressed. But what was I going to say? Now I forgot what I was going to say. But you have to look at all of it. You just have to look at all of it. And I feel like this is where we're going to as a society. Like, we've got to get this figured out, right? Like, we have to figure out that it's both and. You know, the polarization thing isn't working. The answer is in the middle, and we've got to figure that out and, you know, and come to that place. Oh, what I was talking about was the fear of people coming and feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to be seen, I'm going to be visible. First of all, it's always a safe space. There's no judgment. I don't share anything about people's appointments, you know. Of course, it's like treated like therapy. But, you know, the other thing, what I was going to say is that an alternate offering that I've started doing about a year and a half ago, I think, is spirit readings. And those are channeled messages that are about 5 to 7 pages long. And I do an audio recording, and then I send it via text or email, whatever you've sent me. And that's a way to dip your toe in if you're interested and curious about this kind of alternate healing world, or you're interested about, you know, the energy realm, or your guides, or you don't think you have guides, or, you know, all of that. And you just want to dip your toe in and kind of go, okay, what do my guides have to tell me? And I can do them completely blind. I've done most of them, I've done without any information. Occasionally someone will say, hey, I have a question, I want to know about this. If you have something specific that you want me to look at, you got to tell me what it is, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see it. It's going to be a general reading, and I go by what your guides want to point me towards. But if you are like, I need, you know, some awareness about this breakup or this relationship or this job or whatever, there's something specific, then write that in the notes when you order it. There's a section when you go to order that to do that. So I just wanted to do this video today because it keeps coming up, and I feel like it needs a little bit more airtime, and I may be doing more videos like this as I move further into it. I'm really at this place right now of investigating my work and how to get it out there more, and how to get it more into the mainstream. It's starting to become more and more, because, you know, as the world starts to crumble and fall apart, we realize that the things and the systems that have been in place for us may not be the only answer to our problems, and we may need to look elsewhere. So anyways, blessings, and I wish you well. Of course, you can always ask me questions, email me, DM, whatever. You can even find my email on my website, doublemagenta.com. All the contact info is there, and you can read about spirit readings and intuitive healing sessions and any of the group events that I'm doing. All right, namaste.